The opinions and views expressed in the following program are those of the speakers and the host, and do not necessarily reflect those of Yoakley Scott Corporation and your sports network.
Yeah, I've been closer to Jesus before, so can you help me out? Oh, can you help me out? Am I on my own? Am I on my own? But can you help me out? Am I on my own? Am I on my own? Or can you help me out? Can you help me out? I've been scared to look in my soul. I've been afraid I would follow the road. Yeah, afraid of the things I've been told.
Hello, everybody. Welcome inside a Tuesday episode Running Point on YSNLive.com. There was a minute there where I completely forgot what day it was. Like, it was like a split second where your brain just kind of short circuits and whoop, and that's what happened there. I was like, Tuesday? I said that very unconfidently. I was like, I hope it's Tuesday or else, I look really, really dumb. But yes, Tuesday indeed episode of Running Point on ysnlive.com. Second week in January. Hope everyone's doing great. We are geared up for a great show today. We have the normal rundown, recaps of last night, previews of tonight. We are going to feature a player profile. On today's episode, you're going to hear a player profile from Mooney Jr., Sam Rotuno, and sharpshooter indeed, one of the best shooters in the area, in definitely in that Steel Valley Conference. When you get her space and you get her room to be able to get shots off, she's very good, and love talking with her. It's kind of a Rotuno legacy at Cardinal Mooney. Angelina graduated a couple of years ago, and then now Sam Rotuno and now Sophia Rotuno, the younger sister, obviously coming through the ranks as well. So I had a good time talking with Sam Rotuno. We're going to hear from her player profile a little bit later on the show as well. So we have a good one for you today. First and foremost, as you know, it's Chiefs playoff week. I'm a Chiefs fan, and I gotta say I'm rocking the White House High School from Patrick Mahomes. This is actually, people are like, oh my gosh, you have his high school jersey too. Yeah. But this is actually a cool store up in the Cleveland area in a mall, and it was this completely by happenstance that I found this. I was coaching softball over the summer. We were in North Ridgeville for a tournament, right? We have like maybe like a 4-hour break. It was a crazy gap between our first game and our second game of the Saturday. So, we're trying to find something to do. There's a mall pretty close to North Ridgeville. The fields, we go there, and this gem of a store that I had never heard of. It has high school everything. If you have a favorite athlete and they are even conceivably well known in their sport, there's a good chance that this place, whose name escapes me, and I can't believe it does because I'm trying to plug it, but I can't even remember its name. But if someone has it out there that knows the name, obviously let me know. But it's in this mall in like North Ridgeville, and it has like high school everything, man. Like it had the normal ones that you see all the time. Obviously, it has LeBron, St. Vincent, St. Mary jersey. That one you can get anywhere almost. It had Michael Jordan, duh. But then it had like some off the wall athletes. Like I never thought I'd ever find, so and so's high school jersey. It had every sport too. It had baseball. It had your football. It had basketball. King Griffey Jr. high school jersey. If you want it, it's there. You got your Baker Mayfield because he's obviously the Cleveland guy, or he was back when I went to the store. It had Deshaun Watson's high school jersey because then he was the quarterback for Cleveland. Basically, especially Cleveland. Like if you're a big Cleveland sports name, there is a very good chance that this is going to have your high school jersey. So I was like, man, got Mahomes right there. They had both colors. They had the away whites and the home burgundies, or I guess you would call this more of a maroon. Like I don't even know what you would call this. It doesn't match like South Range burgundy. It's a little bit more red than that. It's not quite Mooney red. It's not dark enough for Boardman maroon. I don't know what you would call this color. It's actually kind of unique. I like it. But there you go. I don't know. I actually also haven't dove into the pictures to see how absolute accurate this jersey is. But it's awesome. It's Chiefs playoff week. We're playing the Dolphins. I can't wait. But we don't talk about the Chiefs too much. They're not local. But everyone knows I'm a Chiefs fan, and I wanted to plug the Cleveland area sports store, who I can't even remember the name of. So there goes that plug right out the window. Let's get to recaps. Let's dive into what I'm good at, right? Let's dive into some recaps of the scores that happened last night. Let's pull up the scoreboard on the YSN website, ysnlive.com/scores is where you can find this page. And as always, it is presented proudly by Burnett Pools, Spas, and Hot Tubs. The YSN scoreboard is a great tool for our fans, whether you're at one of the games in the YSN family or you're watching a YSN broadcast. Maybe you're doing both. Hopefully you're doing both, because that is the best way to do it. You don't want to look away for too long, and the YSN scoreboard is a great, easy way to find live, updated scores. We have a great team behind the scenes that works very hard to make sure the scoreboard is as live, updated as possible. That goes to not just the people that are actually inputting the numbers, but also our announcers doing a fantastic job of reporting scores after every quarter to make sure the scoreboard is updated. And you don't have to wait till midnight for the final scores to come in. ysnlive.com/scores is where you can find it, and it is presented by Burnett Pool, Spas, and Hot Tubs. We go back in time a little bit, Monday, January 8th, and we start in the NE8, where Struthers falls to Lakeview, a big win for the Bulldogs in a close one, 43-39. Lakeview gets the win over Struthers. Badger takes care of business against Ashley Beulah St. John, 67-30. The final score there for the Braves. We saw Garrettsville Garfield get their second league victory of the year over Brookfield, 30-27. They get a win over the Warriors at home, and I think it's their first win at home in the MVAC. So props to the G-men for being able to get that taken care of. We saw Columbiana. They're going to set up a big matchup on Thursday with a win over East Palestine, 53-22. There, Columbiana going to be going for first place in the EOAC on Thursday against Southern. They're one loss. Southern is one loss. So it all comes down to that matchup on Thursday in Salineville. It's round 2, so everything's on the line between the Indians and the Clippers on Thursday. Can't wait for that one. How about Girard? They take care of business against Hubbard. 46-37, the final score there. We had a battle for first place, or at least for LeBray, it was for first place in Columbiana. LeBray needed this win to pull even with Crestview, but it was just not their night. Crestview too much, 65-27, the final score. And the one thing that I harped on it yesterday when I was talking about Crestview's win over Poland is, everyone loves to talk about Addison Rhodes and Levraine Gaskins, and rightfully so. We're not taking anything away from them by saying that they get a lot of attention. But you look at this game particularly, Addison Rhodes had her normal day, but LeBray did a pretty good job defending Levraine Gaskins, just 7 points. But it doesn't matter for Crestview because they have such good supplementary players. Emily Downey has a good night. You have Meyer Miller, who was able to score 7. So you get these complementary players that are able to chip in and do their role and succeed in what they're supposed to do for the team. Now they have Busey back, and she had a good game against LeBray. So when you have players like that it's not just a two-girl show. It's not just Gaskins and Rhodes, despite how much attention they get from the media. This Crestview team is a complete basketball team with a lot of players that do their job and do their job very well. And some of their jobs aren't flashy. Some of their jobs are just take care of the basketball. Breed across, freshman point guard. Great job at just, hey, take care of the basketball, find where to put it, and put it in the people's places that where it needs to go. And play good defense. Those are her main jobs. And she does those two pretty dang well for a freshman, I'll tell you that much. When it comes to freshmen, she might have the lowest turnover margin of any of them that I've seen. I haven't seen Breida Cross live in every game, but the ones that I have seen, she's done a really good job avoiding turnovers, and that's really impressive as a freshman because even the good ones, you see them struggle with the speed of the game a little bit, and usually turnovers are the one stat that reflects that the most. So Breida Cross doing a really good job. It's a lot of people in Crestview chipping in, a lot of hands in the pile, and that's why they're succeeding. And when you add that to the fact that they have two superstars like Laverne Gaskins and Addison Rhodes that can go and score, 15 plus points per game, with Addison Rhodes averaging more than 19 now, probably. You have a lot of good things going on in Crestview. A lot of good things. Still undefeated, 14-0 for the Rebels. Their girls sports, their girls team sports, volleyball, basketball, they've lost one game in the school year because the volleyball team just lost that regional final, and that was the only game they lost all year. And now the basketball team's undefeated. So the players that play both, they're having some fun in the last couple months. Not losing at all except once. We'll see how far the basketball team can definitely go. Still have a matchup with Champion later on this year at home in Crestview. It's going to come down to it if Champion keeps taking care of business the way they did on Monday night against Newton Falls. 52-19, the final score there. Champion gets the win. They are 10-4 on the season. South Range continues to look very impressive. A little bit of a turnaround in this program. And Gwen Lowry, ladies and gentlemen, she is having a heck of a stretch. Three-game win streak for South Range. Lowry's been in double figures for each of them, but how about this? 21 points against Poland, 23 points against Niles. Those were both career highs. She's feeling it. She's feeling confident as all get out. She's shooting well. She's playing inside well. She's a dual threat for South Range. She scores 23 in this game. I want to backtrack. I was 1 point off when I did that Poland game. She had, in my mind, she had 20 points. 21 points. You can officially say that in the NE8 play, so that's the last 6 years. I'm not going to go back further than that because I think South Range played Poland, a couple of times non-conference back in the early 2010s, and because when I was in high school, I remember us going to Poland. I don't remember, how many points were scored then, but 21 points for Gwen Lowry is the most a South Range Raider had scored against Poland in NE8 play for the whole 6 years that they've been in the conference, and those two teams had been fighting for the conference championship for 4 out of the 5 years leading up to this year. So that a lot of good Raiders have been in those matchups. And Izzy Lamparty has a 20-point game against Poland, but Gwen Lowry's 21 last Thursday is the most that a Raider has scored against the Bulldogs as part of conference play. And that is 11 matchups if you're counting so far between those two teams as NE8 rivals. So that's big. That's a Poland team that has won all 5 NE8 championships. So when you have a player that's able to do that kind of thing and put her name with the likes of Issy Lamparty, you're doing something really well. We go to the next final in the scoreboard, which is United getting the win over Lisbon, 46-18. No problem there for the Eagles. They move on in the EOAC. We have Wellsville and Valley Christian playing. Wellsville gets the big win there. 54-24, the final score. Lowville pushes Western Reserve, and this is a close game going down the stretch, but the Blue Devils do enough to get the win on the road, 37-30. Final score there. Salem gets the shocker, the upset over Ursuline, and the Irish coming off of that loss over the weekend to Canton Central Catholic, to Warren Harding on the road. And then they have to go into the Quaker Crazies, which we know is a tough place to go and play. And Salem gets the win. 55-47, the final score. Big win for the Quakers. They're kind of like South Range. They had a really tough start trying to find their identity, losing some key players. And all of a sudden, the Quakers starting to find a little bit of traction in the second half of the season. I don't think they'll be a team that you really want to play come tournament time. Wyndham, no problem with Fairport Harding, 52-19, the final score there. Beaver Area gets the dub over Central Valley, a close one, 55-51. Bobcats pull out a win. Jackson Milton, they tried hard against Mineral Ridge, but the end of the first quarter, Mineral Ridge put on a little bit of a run, and then it was capped. That run was capped by Sullivan Sandy hitting maybe the best shot on air so far in the season for Ysn. A buzzer beater from beyond half court. It gave Mineral Ridge a 9-point lead after one, and they ran away with it from that point on. If she doesn't hit that, Jackson Milton goes in the second quarter. There's 2 possessions down. They played a very good first quarter. They're a lot better than when the last time I saw them, even though I saw them in a win. You can tell they're more confident as a whole with the ball in their hands. They're a little bit, the basketball IQ has gone up. I think the one thing, they have to keep getting better at, and they're a very young basketball team, remind you. This a little bit of toughness, both mentally and physically. Boxing out on rebounds, turning and putting a body on people, and then just a little bit mentally tough to deal with those runs and those plays that happen like that when someone hits a half-court shot, goes up by 9. You're still in striking distance, but they fell apart a little bit in that second quarter. And obviously by halftime, this game was in the hands of Mineral Ridge. And Ridge keeping pace. They want to, fight Springfield for that MVAC championship. They were tested over the weekend with a win over Western Reserve in overtime. And they're trying to make sure that when they see Springfield again, which will be on the road in New Middletown, that everything is lined up for that MVAC championship being on the line. So they have to keep pace, and they do that pretty well against a scrappy Jackson Milton team. It's a lot better than the first time that they played them. We go to the next one. It is Southern getting the win over Latonia. They do their half of the setting up the big matchup in the EOAC on Thursday, as Southern has no problems with Latonia, 60-19, the final score there. Pymatuning Valley gets the win over Lordstown, 54-15. The Lakers take care of the Red Devils, for Lordstown there. Sebring does not have a score get reported in against John Adams. Campbell Memorial falls to Liberty, 27-21. The Leopards get a win on the road in the MVAC. Springfield takes care of McDonald as John Matese takes one to his dad a little bit, as Tony Matese is the head coach of McDonald. Springfield gets the win 53-35. It is Ava Vecchione, the big player in this one, scoring 20 points for the Tigers. That is a season high, and I believe, don't quote me, but I believe a career high for Ava Vecchione. Jamaica Brungard gets in double figures, as she always does, with 10. And then the rest of the team, just little chip-ins. No one had a huge game outside of those two, but everyone scored, which I think is important when you're talking about offenses. So if everyone scores 4, 6-4, 2 points, you start to add up a little bit in the offensive category. Last but not least, East Liverpool got the win over Buckeye Trail, 48-29. The final score there. Potters get the win. Remember, they had a tough game on Saturday, so good news for East Liverpool as they get a win and they get some positivity going into the rest of the week. So that does it for your recap of last night. A lot of big games going down. We are going to take a commercial break, and when we come back, we will have a player profile featured on Running Point from Sam Rotuno from Mooney. This is always brought to you by Greenwood Chevrolet in Austintown. Back in a bit.
now you can see every school, to the smallest school, to the intermediate schools, to the schools in the outlying areas. It gives you coverage that you could just never get to before. It's something that's great to experience, and it's opened up a whole new wave of sports viewership. The possibilities are endless here at YSN. Push the envelope every day. Try something new. If it works, great. If it doesn't, well, let's try another angle, and we just keep moving forward. My name is Mike Ackelson, and my sports network is your sports network.
What can you do on over 5,000 acres? At Mill Creek Metro Parks, you can discover unique habitats and wildlife, create memorable family moments, experience history, heritage, and park programs, explore scenic landscapes, take time to relax and be well, connect with nature and each other. Come see what's new at Mill Creek Metro Parks. Plan your trip now at millcreekmetroparks.org.
Going the extra mile at Greenwood Chevrolet means taking care of our local customers.
And it's just a great feeling to put them in a vehicle and get them all excited about a new vehicle.
At the end of the day, our goal is to be someone our customers can count on.
And every day I'll go the extra mile for the community so they can trust us.
To do anything that would convenience the customer or make them feel more at home.
Realizing, number one, that we're here for them and that we're not going to go away.
That's what going the extra mile means, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Sheely's is more than a furniture store. We're a hub for all of your appliance needs. We offer the widest selection at everyday low prices, with over $1 million of in-stock inventory from Whirlpool, KitchenAid, LG, GE, and more. Our knowledgeable, no-pressure sales staff can help you find the perfect appliances for your home. We're there for you beyond your purchase to service what we sell and offer free local delivery with 24-month special financing. Sheely's, the best things in life happen at home.
House troubles can attack anytime. When trouble strikes, call Mighty Mike. Your hometown hero is on his way. HVAC causing havoc? Has your furnace gone mad? Mighty Mike Heating and Cooling will save the day. Commercial or residential, 24/7. For quality service you can depend on. Call your hometown hero. Call Mighty Mike.
Hi, I'm Colin Chupa.
And I'm Kelsey Clem from K-Squared Marketing.
Our boutique marketing firm specializes in media planning and buying, public relations, event marketing strategies, and strategic sponsorships.
We can integrate our services with your existing game plan, or we can be your entire marketing team.
Your goals, our game plan.
Let's win together. Call K-Squared Marketing at 330-623-2730 or visit ksquared.marketing to learn more.
Why choose local? Because you live here, work here, learn here, relax here, and celebrate here. 21 WFMJ is our Valley's only locally owned TV station, and our focus is local. Other TV stations don't have that same focus, as their owners are somewhere else. But 21 WFMJ is rooted in the Valley. Local people making decisions that affect your life, right here where you live.
Anthony Herwig here with a first Cardinal Mooney Girls Basketball Player Profile of the Year. We are joined by Samantha Raduno. Sam, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today.
Thank you for having me.
So you come into this season, and I know you're asked to be a much bigger leader. The leadership has been more asked of you this year than last year. So you're taking the next step, I guess you could say, in your basketball leadership. So the first question is, what's it been like this year trying to be even more of a leader and take on more responsibilities with this Mooney basketball team?
There's definitely been a little bit more pressure, but I also feel like I can step into the leadership role and be able to coach the younger girls and at least help them out a little bit. I just think it takes a little bit of encouragement and just all of our team just getting together. And as long as we see that, I feel like we could start improving, which we have each game.
Yeah, you said it. It's all about trying to make everyone on the team, encouraged, confident, and we've seen a growth in this Mooney basketball team in a short amount of time this year, where they went from just getting more confident, like you said, every game. They got that big win over Springfield at the South Range Holiday Hoops Classic. You're playing a lot better down the stretch of this season. What do you think the change has been? What was the turning point of this year?
I honestly believe that we started using more of our like athletic ability to better use, and I also believe that we've been practicing better and more focused. And like, as you probably heard, practice leads to better games. Good practices lead to good games. As long as we keep on doing that, I feel like we should keep on improving and doing better throughout our season.
You're trying to keep everyone confident, but you have to be confident yourself. And as one of the better shooters on the team, you got to shoot. Where does your confidence come from? Where do you get your confidence on the floor?
From my own teammates, they always encourage me. Even from like my little sister who plays, Talisha, another junior who I've played sports with, a great teammate, always has my back.
You've already had some big moments in your career. I remember last year we brought you on the show for a buzzer beater. And when you think of all the things you've already gotten accomplished, what are you most proud of so far of your career?
I honestly think I'm most proud of that buzzer beater was probably one of my favorite moments. But I think I'm most proud of is being a leader and someone that like a lot of the young girls could look up to and ask questions. And if they need anything, a lot of them come to me, which I feel honored. And I feel like that's what sports is about, making relationships and like gaining trust and making friends.
We're talking about the leadership that you bring to the table, but you have obviously learned how to be a leader from great people that you've had above you and the seniors that you've had, come before you. Who are some of the people that you think have taught you and shown you how to be a good leader?
Two of the big pillars I look at are Elena Scavina and my oldest sister, Angelina Rotuno. Them two were seniors when I was a freshman, and I looked up to them a lot. They taught me a lot. I played multiple sports with both of them, and they just taught me how to play and how to be controlled and how to step up and how to talk to like each person and how to talk to they talk to me. And so I used that to talk to some of the young girls, which helped a lot.
Yeah, because of all the accomplishments that your sister Angelina was able to get, the Rotuno name has been strong in this Mooney athletics program for a while now. What was it like stepping into like the next Rotuno after she graduated and trying to hold up that legacy?
Honestly, it was pretty scary at first. She left a big mark. I'm just trying to fill it and even do better. That's like my main encouragement and determination is to try to do better. And she set pretty high standards, so it's
now it's you being the older sister to Sophia, who's also on the team. So what's that like, flipping the circle and being like, hey, I used to be, looking up to Angelina when she was on the team, and now it's my turn to be the older sister.
I'm trying to set goals that Sophia could break too, just to give her a little bit of encouragement and just for someone for her to look up to.
And when you look at the dynamic of your family, which sister are you the most alike and which one are you the most different from?
I'm probably the most alike with Angelina just because we played a lot of the same sports. We're close in age, and I'm probably most different from Sophia. Mm-hmm. Sophia but we get along very well. Like we're opposites, but we get along.
In what ways do you think that you two are opposite? Like what are some of the ways that like you do things that she does things the opposite way?
In sports wise, Sophia's very like fast and quick, and I feel like honestly sometimes she's smarter than me in sports. And like she's a little bit more controlled sometimes. I also like Sophia's a very outgoing person, me not as much. Like Sophia can make friends very easily. And I think that's what kind of makes this a little bit different.
Don't undersell your speed. I've seen you run on the basketball court. When you think of things that you want to accomplish, we talked about what you're already proud of, but you still have a lot of goals that I'm sure you've set before the end of your high school career. What kind of things do you still have on your goal board?
One big thing that I have is to finish at a higher rank for track, like state-wise. That's a big accomplishment for me. That run that we had last season was just so much fun. I hope to do that again. For other sports, I just honestly just want to go far as a team and get the experiences that I see some of these other schools getting. And it's pretty much about it.
So many sports, you keep yourself so busy. What's it like to balance it all? I mean, basketball, track, volleyball, all the things that you do.
It's a lot. It's more just like managing your time, just making sure you have enough time to do each thing, homework, sports. You always got to put your school before your sports, though. So you just got to make sure you have everything done before you go to practice.
Yeah, are you someone that likes to get it all done before practice, or are you an athlete that likes to come home and kind of cram it late at night?
A little bit of both. I'm a little bit. I do like. I'll try to get like if I have something little have to do, I can get it done before practice. But most of like the studying and harder work I do at night.
Time management is obviously going to be something that you have to be good at when you have all those sports that you're juggling. Have you always been someone that's been good at time management, or have you had to kind of grow your skills in that part of life as you've gone on your high school career?
Honestly, I've always been a little bit better with time management because I've always seen my older two sisters in high school, and that was like one of the biggest things that they taught me before going in is just to learn how to manage your time, make sure you're getting everything done when you need it to be done.
You do all this and still you have to be a kid and have fun and have, your normal teenage social life. What kind of things do you do to kind of get away from it all and just say, hey, I still have to be a kid?
I go and eat with my friends. I'll go to the movies or just go shopping with my family.
When you need to go out to eat with your friends, what's the spot? What's the hangout? What's the good restaurant?
I don't know. Sometimes, like last night, we went to Izumi. We go there a few times. BJ. Sometimes we'll go to Cane's, which is just like fast food, but.
And nothing wrong with Cane's, that's a meal of champions right there, the chicken fingers. What about like after a big win? Like how do you celebrate a big win?
Honestly, I just usually after wins because they're later, I'll go home with my family. My mom will cook some dinner, and I'll just celebrate with my family.
I like it. What dinner is your mom's best?
My mom makes a really good like rolled chicken. It's pretty good with like mashed potatoes or like rice, something like.
That sounds great. When you think we're gonna stay on food, right? Because the other good thing about being an athlete is you get snack bags on the road games. What makes a really good snack bag for San Bertuno?
I like Chex Mix a lot. I also like the Gatorade protein bars. Those are good to have before games. Cucumbers, some fruit.
Chex Mix. That's an answer I haven't heard before. Usually people go with like the junk food, but you're sticking healthy. I'm gonna find your sweet tooth though. What kind of thing? What's your guilty pleasure? Dessert candy.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe my mom makes really good like over the holidays. She makes really good biscottis. If you ever had those. I also like I'm a chocolate person, so I'll have like a Kit Kat or something like that.
There you go. Yes, San Martino is human. She will eat candy. She will eat chocolate. When you think of, Cardinal Mooney being a part of this school system and being a part of the tradition of Cardinal Mooney, you walk in that gym, you see all the banners that are up in that gym. What's that like for you to just be a part of the athletic tradition and the tradition of excellence at Mooney?
It means a lot. I just hope one day that we could put as many banners up there and just it's like a little bit of encouragement just to work harder and look towards something.
And we see all the Mooney alums. It feels like when you're Mooney, you're just part of that family forever. When you think of all the support that you get from the community and the alums that come to your games and the people that are just there because they care about Cardinal Mooney, what does that do for you as a player and your teammates as well?
It really shows that Mooney is a family and that like people have our backs. It gives us some support, and like you were saying earlier, it really you gain confidence when you see those type of people at your games, just supporting you and your team, which is always nice to have, and it's just something to carry around and to maybe do later when I graduate. Just to come and support.
Good thing is you still have some time. You got some time to think about the future, but it's that time where you start to put in your mind things you want to do after high school, things you want to get on the career path for. What kind of things come to mind when you think about your future and things that you might want to
do? Some things that come to mind are I want to go into pre-med, into like pediatrics is my main goal right now, is what I've been thinking about doing. College-wise, I have no idea yet. Honestly, wherever I get in at.
When you send out those letters, are you gonna try to get to somewhere that's a little bit far away? Do you want to travel? Do you want to stay kind of local? What kind of things are piquing your interest?
I want to go further for sure. I think I'm looking at out of state colleges mainly. I'm looking at like the University of Tennessee. I'm interested in, and somewhere like around there. But it honestly all depends on scholarships. And if I stay in state, maybe I'll stay in state. I don't know.
I don't know if you can see the Tennessee right there. So I kind of approve this message. What kind of things make you want to travel? Like what kind of things make you want to leave the nest and try to be on your own a little bit?
I just think there's a lot out there that I haven't seen yet, and I would like to travel a little bit more and just be in a different environment. I feel like it's a good change.
Do you have like a dream state that you could live in if money or travel or anything wasn't an issue and you could go to any state in the country? Do you have like a dream?
Probably Tennessee, honestly.
I like it. Okay, the Smoky Mountains. Not a lot to beat that. When you think of vacations that you guys have been on, we'll stick with the traveling. What's your favorite family vacation?
Favorite family vacation is probably when I was younger, our whole family used to go to Myrtle Beach and we used to get a house.
What about a vacation spot that you haven't been to yet that you think would be a really good vacation?
I kind of want to go out west, like to Wyoming or like somewhere like that in the mountains. I feel like would be really cool.
I'm sensing a mountain theme with Sam Rotuno. When you think of maybe out of country, like if there was one place in a different country where you'd want to visit, where would you want to go?
I would definitely want to go to Italy for sure. Italy or like Greece, one of those really pretty sceneries.
When you think of, things that you would like in Italy and Greece, is it just the scenery? Is it the culture? What kind of things do you think draw you to those two places?
Probably the culture and the food, honestly. I think it's very pretty there, and I feel like it's definitely something to like kind of compare. I just want to see what it's like.
All right, before we let you go, we have to talk about your schoolwork because you are a student athlete and student comes before athlete for a reason. It is the most important thing. So we can't let you go without talking about your favorite subjects in school and some of the things that you like studying at Cardinal Mooney.
My favorite class probably is this microbiology class I'm in. It's like a biomedical program over 2 years. So I took the first part of it and I'm on the second part of it right now. I'm like more of a science and math person. So it's probably.
You sounded like you're already in college. 2 year classes. Crazy. Who are some teachers that have impacted your journey so far in high school?
As of right now, I think Miss Kenner has really kept me in line as a teacher. Mr. Rosetta, my math teacher, I respect him. He used to be a coach here, so he knows the sports aspect. Mr. Reinhardt used to be my softball coach, so he taught me a lot. Always teased me. So those are a few. Oh, and also Miss Policy was also another one.
Yes. Can't leave her out.
Can't leave Miss Policy out.
No, yeah, she'd come after the comments section real quick. Let's talk about, but real quick, because you said that you were a math and science person. You get a lot of good grades. We know that. What grade are you like the most proud of? Like, I really worked hard at that. I got a big grade. What class so far has been like the most proud that you got a good grade in?
Probably my AP chemistry class. I got, I think a 92 to finish the semester, which I'm proud of. That class is a harder class, so I'm glad I finished a little bit higher.
Impressive. All right, Sam, before we let you go, I want to give you the chance to thank your support system, the people that are always there for you, the people that have your back. Anyone that you really think deserves to have a light shined on them, I want to give you the time to do that now.
All right. I would like to thank like my parents, my mom and dad come out to every game and support me. All of my teammates, Delaney Olish, Sophia Rotuno, Katie Pregabon, Sophia Diorio, Dana Hughes, all of them, Zanira Wright. She also just got hurt last night, so I hope she's okay. And everyone that comes to our games, I would really like to thank them. It shows a lot. It gives us a little bit of confidence, and we love the support.
All right, Sam, we want to thank you so much for taking the time to join us today and let us learn a little bit about you. We wish you the best of luck the rest of this season, and we can't wait to talk to you in real soon.
Thank you.
I haven't made that mistake in a while, but unmute myself after interviews. Come on, Ant. What are we doing? It's Tuesday. It's not Monday anymore. What are we doing? That was Sam Fortuno. Great player profile. So happy to feature it. If you missed a part of it and want to see it in its entirety, it is up on our website as well. It's also up on our YouTube page. It'll be up there forever. It doesn't go down. So make sure to go check it out on our website. Check out the article that goes along with it. And also, head over to our YouTube channel. Check it out there too. And if you're over on our YouTube, if you're watching this show on YouTube or you're watching that player profile and you want to head over to our YouTube to watch it, if you feel so kind and you would like to subscribe to that YouTube channel, we would love it. It helps out us get our videos out to more people. Obviously, YouTube kind of favors the subscriptions when they decide who to send videos out to in their algorithm. So more subscribers equals more people that will just randomly see our videos in their feed and the recommended video category. So we would love subscribers. And if you are subscribed or you are subscribing, make sure to also hit that notification bell. It is the only surefire way to see all of our videos on YouTube, because we all know that algorithm on YouTube can be kind of finicky and you might miss some stuff if you just rely on it to tell you when we have new videos up, and you don't want to miss any of our video content. We're uploading on YouTube every day, whether it be player profiles, coaches corners, we have post-game interviews, we have game highlights, we have some full games up on there every now and then as well. So a lot of fun stuff on our YouTube page. Make sure to check it out, subscribe, hit the notification bell. If I had fancy bells and whistles, this is when you'd hear the little ding when I say notification bell. I'm not that fancy, but we want you to subscribe if you feel so obliged to. Let's hop back into that scoreboard on ysnlive.com, presented by Burnett Pool Spas and Hot Tubs. We went over yesterday. Let's see on what's going on today in the network. It's going to be a Tuesday, which means mostly boys basketball on the network tonight on Tuesday. And got some good matchups going on. Let's go into Tuesday, January 9th on the scoreboard. If you're new to the scoreboard page, you scroll down to the bottom right here. This is where you find the dates, and you just click the date that you want. January 9th is what we want. So we go up and look at all the games on today. There's a lot of rows, a lot of columns, a lot of games. But Lakeview and Struthers, just like the girls, starts off our scoreboard. They will match up in the wonderful, historic Struthers Fieldhouse tonight. Bulldogs and Cats. No more historic matchup between the battle of cats and dogs. And they match up tonight. Wildcats, Bulldogs. Don't miss that one. Ashtabula St. John welcoming in the Rockets of Maplewood tonight. We have Austintown, Fitch, and Boardman getting together. AAC play continues tonight in the boys basketball. St. Vincent St. Mary traveling to Cheney. We have Brookfield going to Camel Memorial. Poland will travel to Howland. We have Carrollton going to West Branch. Badger hosting Shocker tonight. Champion going to Crestview. Columbiana will host East Palestine tonight. Ashtabula Lakeside with a really good opportunity against Geneva. Girard going to Hubbard tonight into the Eagles Nest, trying to get a win on the season. Jefferson and Edgewood, that's a rivalry that is well known up in Ashtabula County in the 440. They take this game very seriously in every sport. And the Falcons are going to try to get a win on the road in Edgewood. Now a conference game for the Falcons. First year outside of that NE8. Liberty goes to LeBray tonight. We have Madison going to Conneaut. Marlington travels to Salem to try to take on the Quakers in EBC play. We have Matthews going to Wyndham tonight. McDonald will travel to Waterloo. Middle Ridge goes to Springfield. Battle between the black and orange of the MVAC. Rams versus Tigers. Another Tiger team in action in the MVAC. It's Newton Falls. Trying to keep pace in the conference. They go to Garrettsville Garfield. Niles would love to go to South Range and spoil the Raiders party in the Thriller Dome. The Raiders trying to keep their outside hopes of repeating as the NE8 champions. They need every win they can get now. They have a couple of losses in the conference now, losses to Lakeview and Poland. So South Range cannot afford any more losses the rest of the season inside the NE8. They'll try to keep that hope alive tonight against the visiting Dragons inside the Thriller Dome. We have Sebring traveling to Western Reserve tonight. Southern Local goes to Latonia inside the EOAC. Also EOAC play, United going to Lisbon. Valley Christian EOAC play traveling to Wellsville. East Liverpool has a big game on the boys' side, hosting Steubenville. We have Lowville. They are going to be playing Jackson Milton in Jackson Milton. Cardinal Mooney going to Youngstown East. We have St. Thomas Aquinas visiting the Purple Palace and Heartland Christian. They'll play the Lions. Beaver Local boys are traveling to Martins Ferry. We have Pymatuning Valley going to Fairport Harding. Grand Valley going to Kirtland. Orange will go to Hawken. And then Harrison Central Girls. This is the lone girls game of the night. They will go to Beaver Local. Remember, Peyton Roberts, 9 points away from 1,000. So you'll definitely want to tune into that one as well. And let's go over the announcer crews that you'll be able to hear on the network tonight. We have a ton of people out and about tonight. In fact, this might be the most games in one night for the basketball season so far. That girls' game will be covered by Chris Sigler in the Beaver Dome. It's a 6:15 start time. Peyton Roberts, 9 points away from 1,000 in her career. We had a chance to talk with her yesterday on the show live. We go into the boys' basketball, and I'll scroll back to the top so you can see what we're looking at. Lakeview goes to Struthers. That game will be covered by Bob Zanny and Matthew McConaughey. All right. Ty Bartell, he'll be back in the Falcons' nest as Fitch hosts Boardman. Matt Marr and Jordan Barber, they're going to be having the trip to Cheney to see Akron St. Vincent St. Mary come to town. Noah Rick's going to be in Howland for their matchup with Poland. Michael Janaki will be in West Branch as they welcome in the Warriors of Carrollton. So a battle of the Warriors going on inside the EBC. That one will be on the network. Bill Shea going to take Badger against Cocker. Tony Perazio going to be in the Crestview Rebels house as they welcome in Champion. We have Joe Eusebio in Columbiana for East Palestine and Columbiana. Sam Torres and Tyler Hartz going to be in the Dragon's Den in Lakeside for their matchup with Geneva. Zach Swenson going to be in Hubbard as Gerard comes to town. Larry Jennings going to be in Edgewood for that big rivalry matchup inside the 440. Let's see, Tim Corso going to be covering Liberty. We have Conneaut and Madison on WOW TV, so that one will be a link on our website. Good to go there. Derek Rhodes going to be on the call as Salem welcomes in Marlington. Wyndham YouTube page also going to be in action tonight as they welcome in Matthews, so you'll be able to find that one. Dom O'Brien traveling up to Waterloo for their matchup with McDonald. Noah Doty going to be in the Jungle for Springfield and Middle Ridge. The school broadcast network will have Garfield against Newton Falls. I will be in the Thriller Dome for South Range and Niles. CEO DJ Oakley going to be in Western Reserve for their matchup with Sebring. Larry Scragg going to be on the call for Latonia and Southern. We have Steve Hodge taking the trip to Lisbon to call that one for the Blue Devils and United. Gary Altizer will be in Wellsville as they take on Valley Christian. Gary Burton and Scott Rogers going to be in East Liverpool for their matchup with Steubenville. Youngstown East and Mooney's going to be covered on the network by Eric Hughes. And Mark Franken going to be in Heartland Christian for St. Thomas Aquinas in Heartland. We'll also have Orange Swimming on the network starting at 5 o'clock. They're going up against Padua Franciscan. That'll be covered by their school. So Orange Swimming also on the network tonight. Don't forget that Camel is going to Brookfield tonight. Jackson Milton hosting Lowville. And Ashtabula St. John hosting Maplewood. Those games are still going on. As of now, I don't see any cancellations. I know that was kind of up in the air with all the strong winds that we had over the afternoon. You never know what power lines are going to be knocked down or how that could affect these games, but nothing canceled at all as far as we know right now. We know that Beaver Local, that was up in the air, but they have made the call that both boys and girls games are on tonight, so that'll be good for that for Beaver Local as well. I know that one that was kind of up in the air for a little bit, and Beaver Local made the update about an hour ago on their social media page that they are good to go for boys basketball, which is at Martins Ferry, I believe. Yep, at Martins Ferry, and then girls obviously hosting Air Harrison Central. Those games are both good to go, green light. As far as the weather is concerned, no games have come across our radar as canceled as of yet, and I think the winds are pretty much gone by now. I haven't heard the angry winds against my window in about a good hour or so. So hopefully the 45 mile an hour per mile an hour winds are gone from our radar. If you want more info on what the weather is going to look like or what the weather will be in the next coming weeks, I know it's going to get a little bit cold, head over to Storm Tracker 21, and they will definitely keep you updated with what to expect if you're heading out tonight or any other night for basketball or any other activity that you have outdoors. Make sure to check in our good friends and partners, Storm Tracker 21. No one does it better than them. That'll do it for today's episode of Running Point. I want to thank everyone for tuning in today. I want to thank Sam Rotuno for her time giving us an interview and letting us feature it on the show. So you once again check her out, check the player profile out on the website or YouTube, and enjoy all the games on the network tonight. A lot of them. ysnlive.com/live is where you can find them. We'll be back tomorrow from 1 to 2, Wrestling Wednesday. Coming back at you, Gary Altizer will be in the house. Scotty Minster as well. Going to have some fun on Wrestling Wednesday. We'll also, of course, recap all